Hey, hello, bonjour. Welcome to Entailing Tales with Sush. The prince contracts shivering fever and becomes incoherent. Poonkhuzali, her cousin Senthan Amuthan, and Vandiyathevan become very worried and decide to take the prince to Sudamani Buddha Viharam in Nagapattinam, as the bhikshus there will be able to treat shivering fever. When Poonkhuzali approaches Kodikkarai, she notices Pazhuvettaraiyar and his young wife Nandini waiting with a lot of soldiers. Poonkhuzali rows her boat through canals and back channels so that the prince is not seen by anyone. Vandiyathevan leaves the task of taking the prince to Sudamani Viharam to Poonkhuzali and travels to Pazhuvettaraiyar. He wants to meet Princess Kundavai and inform her about everything that has happened in Sri Lanka, of having met a deaf-mute woman who had striking resemblance to Nandini. He also informs of the prince surviving the storm and that he was at the Sudamani Viharam. The entire kingdom is deeply concerned because they believe that their beloved Prince Arulmozhi Varman has been lost at sea or worse, drowned. Nandini and the Pandya conspirators decide on a new course of action. Nandini invites Aditya Karikalan, the crown prince, to the Kadambur Palace. The other kings want to convince Aditya Karikalan to marry the Kadambur princess Manimegalai and divide the Chola kingdom into two. One half to be ruled by Aditya Karikalan and the other half by Madurantakan. Princess Kundavai doesn't want Aditya Karikalan to visit the Kadambur Palace as she fears for his life. She meets Vandiyathevan and sends him to Kanchi with a message to Aditya Karikalan that he should not accept Nandini's invitation to visit the Kadambur Palace. She tells Vandiyathevan that her elder brother may not heed her advice, and in that case, he would need to safeguard the crown prince from assassins. Vandiyathevan and Alvarkadayan Nambi set out to Kanchi, and Princess Kundavai and Vanati set out to Sudamani Viharam to meet Prince Arulmozhi Varman. Princess Kundavai asks the prince to remain in the Viharam till things become better and until he regains his strength. She feels there would be a civil war and riots if the people knew that their beloved Ponniyin Selvan was still alive. Arulmozhi, who never says no to his sister, agrees to stay longer. Amidst all this turmoil, Madurantakan meets his mother Sembiyan Madevi and urges her that he will become the ruler of Chola dynasty. Sembiyan Madevi opposes his desire and reveals the secret of his birth because his desire for empire aroused to the extent that he ignored the words of Mother Sembiyan Madevi, whom he adores as a goddess. Sembiyan Madevi reveals that he is her adopted son. That deaf-mute woman Mandakini, who commits suicide from the lighthouse, does not die after having been saved by someone. Sembiyan Madevi takes care of Mandakini in the palace garden, where she gives birth to twins, a boy and a girl, and runs away. At the same time, Sembiyan Madevi also gives birth to a baby boy, but the baby doesn't survive and is sent for burial. Hence, she adopts Mandakini's boy child, who is Madurantakan, and the orphan girl child is adopted by another couple. Have you guys guessed who this girl baby is? That's Nandini, Mandakini's daughter. On the way to Kanchi, Vandiyathevan stops at an ironsmith to find out if his horse can be fitted with a horseshoe as the Arab pirates had told him. At the ironsmith, he sees a magnificent sword with a fish emblem engraved in the hilt. We get to see the same sword with Nandini and realize that it belonged to the Pandyan king that Nandini was to be married to. During the clandestine meeting that Nandini has with Pandya conspirators, it's decided that Nandini would use this sword to assassinate the Chola crown prince when he visits the Kadambur Palace. The story picks up pace and we get to understand some of Nandini's motivations in this book. Continue listening to Ponniyin Selvan with Entailing Tales.